What's up, everyone? The veto ceremony has taken place and a power alliance has been formed. Plus, does Brent know he's the target yet? We've got so much to talk about, guys, so welcome to your live feed update. So yes, guys, we're only a couple days away now from the third eviction of the season. I can't believe how fast it's came around, and it's looking pretty obvious who's going to be evicted, especially at the fact Christian decided not to use the power of veto. The whole house is in on the plan of getting Brent out. It seems that he is totally dumbfounded and doesn't realise what's going on. I think he believes that he's staying in the house. He was literally even saying things along the lines of yesterday, I can't wait to see the look on everyone's face when Brittany gets blindsided. Just really cocky things like that. Like, he was looking forward to it. He physically said that. So I think it's fair enough for us to say now, guys, that we're looking forward to see the look on Brent's face when he gets blindsided. The vibes are good today, guys. A couple of days away from eviction. I've got my office hoodie on, guys. The vibes are all good. Let me know if you like The Office, guys. This is great. Two great shows, Big Brother and The Office. But yeah, guys, everything is just kind of feeling good in the house right now. However, I will say this, and I tweeted this yesterday. I put this on my Twitter. I really do feel like it's going to be an absolute war next week because so many targets are being thrown around left, right, and centre. This person. Literally, there's not a name I haven't heard. I mean, Claire, Alyssa, Christian, Kyland, Xavier. Everybody's names are going around left, right, and centre. And so it's going to be a war, and I mean that. And this is the Big Brother we've waited for so long. Past couple of years, it's been okay, right? Who's Cody and Tyler going to put up this week? Who's Memphis going to put up this week? Who, and I would say similar in Big Brother 20. I mean, whilst there was the hive and there was level 6, it was kind of just who's level 6 going to put up this week? Who's level 6 going to put up this week? Oh, guess what? Who's Jackson Mickey going to put up this week? And so this time it really is. It's a power struggle. Whoever gets it is really going to set the tone here, and people are going to be taking shots across the battlefield, and I cannot wait for it. It truly is going to be Big Brother all out war. Now, before the veto ceremony, Brent was actually trying to hatch a plan for the veto not to be used so Brittany could get blindsided. Little did he know the veto was never going to be used anyway. So it's really adding different layers to this cake of Brent being blindsided. You know, this is, first we've got the first layer, then the icing goes on another layer. And by the week it comes to an end, we're going to have a nice little cherry on top when Julie says, Brittany, you are safe, Brent, you know, and you've been evicted. So I think he is totally oblivious to what's going on. And if, I know this sounds really bad, but it's like if it was somebody that like actually was nice in the game and was actually playing the game in a respectable way, I'd go, oh man, you feel a bit sorry for them. But Brent has proven time and time again he's been disrespectful to certain house guests. He has spoken about house guests in a certain way, acted inappropriately, in my opinion, to certain house guests. And the fact that he was actively rooting and looking forward to Brittany, seeing what Brittany does when she gets blindsided, I think it's safe to say we're all looking forward to see what happens to Brent. And I do try, you guys know, I really do try and stay as positive as possible as I can on this channel. I just, I try to be equal with everyone. But I think there's sometimes house guests just cross a line, and it's fair for us to say just something as little as we're actually looking forward to seeing them getting blindsided. So that's kind of the scenario right now. But yeah, he's totally oblivious to the situation. So obviously that plan he was trying to hatch of the veto not getting used was kind of going to happen already, and he's going to get blindsided. We saw later in the evening, Kyland and Tiffany and DX and Claire got together, and they formed a group called the Detectives, which I am loving. I think all 4 of them are fantastic players. I'd happily see them in the final 4. Obviously, there's a smattering of other house guests that I love this season that I wouldn't mind seeing make it that far, but I really do like those 4. All brilliant strategically, and it was good to see them all putting their heads together. And I would dare go out my way to say they are potentially the 4 strongest in the game. It might be a bit of a bold statement. If not the top 4, I would say all 4 of them are within the top 6 of game players in the game. Yeah, I would say so. Like, they're all fantastic. Formed a group called the Detectives, as I said, and I'm very, very happy to see them there. If they stick together, because they'll have the power of Hannah as well, because DX will be able to bring in Hannah, and Tiff's very persuasive as well. She can persuade. I think it could be a very strong group that we could actually see towards the end of September, still in the house. After the veto ceremony, it was very evident that Brittany had done another rap, and she seemed in good spirits, which was good. And Brent straight away went to Kyland and Derek X and began to gloat, saying Xavier took the bait, with the veto not being used, and obviously persuading Christian to do so, and saying, we're running this house. The only thing that he's going to be running is out the door on Thursday night. Now, folks, there was a very, very touchy moment in the day where Derek X and Hannah were sat out in the yard and they were just chatting about the game and moving on further down the line. And Hannah said the line, it was something along the lines of, after Brent leaves, there is no targets left. Oh, it was something like, yeah, no, the target bit came first because Brent was getting closer. Brent was walking up to them in the garden as she was saying this. And as Brent literally got next to them, she said, there will literally be no big targets left after Brent leaves this week. Brent somehow, I don't know if he heard it. He might have heard it and then not have reacted, but that's not like Brent. She said it though, literally, Brent was right next to her. It was, even if he didn't hear, it was painful to watch because I think there could have been a likelihood that he did hear. And even if he didn't, he 100% heard his name, maybe alongside of Target, Brent, House, just different words like that mixing together. And obviously Brent will be like, whoa. But then again, though, his ego might just make him go, yeah, you know, Hannah thinks I'm, you know, the smallest target in the house, or Hannah wants to work with me because I'm a target in the house. He probably just thinks, his mind probably just thinks something like that. Nevertheless, Big Brother at its finest, a great moment to watch. The rest of the day was kind of leisure time. We had some of the house guests out in the yard in the hot tub. They then later moved up into the head of household room where they all were just chilling in the bathroom. Half the house was downstairs just playing chess and just eating snacks and stuff like that. Obviously, the queens were downstairs, so they weren't eating an amazing array of snacks. They were enjoying some slop, more specifically some slop chips, you know, so they were just enjoying that. So yeah, it was pretty much leisure for the end of the night. Everybody in the house knows that Brent is going, apart from Brent. And this week is the gift that keeps on giving because, I mean, at first it becomes like, oh, there's no way they're going to be able to pull this blindside off. But they actually might. And if they might let him in on before. Because I feel like Alyssa might have mentioned to Brent at one point that he's the target, but it just went right over his head because that's Brent. I don't know. I mean, for me as a Big Brother fan, whether or not it's the person I like or not, I still want to see a blindside because if you remember, the last time we had a blindside was Nicole Franzel in F3 of BB22. We waited all season long and nobody thought we were going to get a blindside at all. And even though people didn't really necessarily like BB22, everyone went when Nicole Franzel got evicted. And it's moments like that that Big Brother fans live for. Whether you like the house guest or not, a blindside is always a classic. Like, just thinking about the past couple of years, it's hard to remember certain evictions. Well, you can remember evictions, but it's like it's kind of like, oh, Casey, you've been evicted. And it's like, there's no shock on the face. Just like, yep, I knew that was coming because it's so predictable. But then, like, if you think just little moments like, I don't know, Rachel in BB20 or Jason in BB19, like, it's just, even though sometimes the season ain't great, it adds that spark, you know, that makes everyone go, yes, this is Big Brother, this is what we love a blindside, and I really do hope that's what we get on Thursday night. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching and enjoyed watching the flyer that continues to join me on camera. Keeps flying in every so often and it's very, very annoying. I need to shut the window because I think the fly wants to take the limelight away from me. But guys, again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every single last one of you. I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts in the comment section below because this is one hell of a week, guys. This is Big Brother, and as I said, it's gonna be a war next week. I said that on my Twitter and I'll say it again right now. It's gonna be a war. There's so many targets being thrown around, and whoever wins HOH on Thursday night is really gonna mix things up, and I cannot wait for it. Obviously in my head I've got my favourites that I'm rooting for, but it's going to be a war. There's nobody I hate, really. I mean, hate's just too strong a word, so there's nobody I hate. But just roll on Thursday night. I'm so excited. I can't wait. But guys, please let me know your thoughts. Who would you like to win head of household on Thursday night? Would you like to see Brent or Brittany evicted on Thursday? Would you like it to be a blindside? There's just so much to talk about, guys, so please let me know in the comment section below. But again, thank you so much for watching, every single last one of you guys. Make sure that you're staying safe, staying positive, and staying healthy out there, guys, and be kind to one another. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Do all of that stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.